Good morning. It's raining out here. We're having a rotten summer in England. We had like a great late spring, and then all of our hopes and dreams of a sunny summer went away. I am feeling a bit funny. I think it's period related, and I really want to do some gardening. The weather is not great, but it's something that I've been wanting to do, and every time the weather isn't great, I'm like, oh, I can't go outside, it's raining. And it's just drizzling, so I think it's fine. So I'm just gonna share with you what I get up to in the coming weeks when it comes to gardening. We have lots of stuff to get on with because we had our patio done recently. I will share a full before and after once a lot of the patio has been tidied up and we've planted the flower beds and that kind of thing. But you can see there's like big piles of like the stuff from when we did the patio. I think builders said they were going to come back and get it and then they didn't, so I could either ask them. I kind of just want to move it because we really need to mow the lawn properly. I got some pots and herbs the other day in the garden centre, so I think I'm just going to pot a few of those, and then yeah, hopefully we can mow the lawn properly because we don't actually have a petrol lawnmower. We've got an electric one and it runs out of battery. So we do half the lawn and then it runs out. And we've been trying to get a gardener for a while, but everyone is busy in Cornwall, so it's been difficult. So my dad said he might do it, so fingers crossed. And yeah, I need to weed the vegetable garden. I'll give you a bit of an update on that. But I suppose maybe this is the start. I kind of want to create more series on my YouTube channel, and I want this to potentially be the kind of start of a bit more of a series dedicated to the garden where I document the process. And obviously we've come a long way, but like I feel like this is the first step. Now the patio is done. I don't really see that, obviously that's not really gardening. So I really want to document everything we do. I want to do a lot of it ourselves and learn as I go. So I'm going to get potting. She's watching me. She doesn't like the rain. First we have oregano, or Origanum planta. Not sure, I might put 2 plants in here. Because sometimes when you take these things out, you realise actually how deceivingly big they are when you try to pot them up. So now I'm thinking, well, I bought 2 to put in this pot, but I'm wondering if that's too much. Perfect. And next we have rosemary. This just smells like Christmas to me. Next I've got a slightly bigger pot for mint, which also smells incredible. Ah, this is Memphis, Bicata Moroccan, Casablanca mint. Now we have a thyme plant. This is another bigger pot. Then I got 2 bigger rosemary plants and pots so that I can, they will grow and they can sit on the back step. last one is another big oregano that's flowering, but it's huge, but I thought it would look really beautiful. And then I'm going to have an amazing herb garden just outside the house, which will be wonderful. Wow, he desperately needs to be repotted, look at that. So that's all of them potted up. Mint, rosemary, oregano, thyme, rosemary, oregano. This is the compost I use. It is multi-purpose, peat-free. And then this was a load of mud that we had to clear because there was like a big mound of it from when we did the patio. And it had loads of stones in it, so I've used those for drainage at the bottom. I do need to get like a little base. Maybe I've got some spare plates. Yeah, I might do, because I want to put these two on, like I want to put one on this table, oh, one on that table, and obviously best to put them on a plate. Our garden furniture needs a really good clean and like potentially a little bit of a sand in some places, because we obviously haven't used them in a really long time, so they were sitting at the bottom of the garden where they got very wet, and you probably can't see on camera but they've got like mildew on the rope, and you can see how dark that table is in comparison, even though it's the same wood. So I really want to sand it and treat it, and same goes for the table over there. But that will be something for another day, because I love this furniture, but it also just needs a bit of taking care of. So let's put these in their spots. So here's a little oregano. I probably want to get another plant just a little bit smaller. This table makes me sad because it's all worn down, but hopefully if I was to sand it a little bit and treat it, it'll be better, and you can see all the green. A lot of TLC needed. And then over here, this old potting table was in the shed that we had when we moved in. This needs a good old wash and clean as well. That's probably, yeah, something to do on a dry day, is like clean all the furniture. But I've just popped him there, and I think I can get two like smaller ones, so I don't need this plate. And then by the back door, look how beautiful that looks. We have all of our herbs, so I can just nip to the back door to use them whenever I want, which is going to be amazing. I might move them, but for now they work great. The only issue is that they might be a little bit sheltered from the rain, because this wisteria is so big that it might not be the best spot for them. I might need to move them forwards. But time to clean up this mess. Oh, actually, look what I've done. I've put this watering can underneath this gutter, just to catch rainwater, and this might actually be a permanent thing. We'll see. Let's give them all a good water. Good afternoon, it's the next day and I just got back from the garden centre. I went to Trevena the other day, like I mentioned, which is a local garden centre. I think they grow all of their plants, which is so cool, which is where I got the bits I showed you. But I just went to Dobby's and they had some beautiful hydrangeas on offer. So I got 4 white hydrangeas, 1 blue, 1 pink. I couldn't decide. I really couldn't decide between the blue and the pink. I'd love to get a purple hydrangea, like a red one. I've seen those, but I didn't see them at Dobby's. I want to put those in the flower beds that are in front of the house, and I'd love to edge it with lavender, maybe some grasses. I'll see as I go. I'm a bit nervous about the situation in those flower beds, just because we had lots of work done in the patio. They obviously had to put like cement down and have a base to the patio, and that has kind of extended a bit, so we'll see. But that's the plan, and lots of gardening ahead, lots of tidying up. Builders are here tomorrow to get rid of lots of rubbish. We're finally getting there with the clean up of the patio. Delivery time. Oh, this is very fast. So I have been influenced so much by the internet. Stanley cups are not a new thing, but everyone has them and they look epic because I love nothing more than a massive water bottle with a straw. But I've never had one. I've only ever had like the smaller, like litre sized ones. I do have a massive water bottle, but it doesn't have a straw. It's like a plastic one that was sent to me by, I think it gave me like a PR box. But it's really annoying to drink because it's got a lid that's attached. So you have to unscrew the lid and open it, and then when you pour it, the amount of times I just pour it all down my chin when I'm in the gym. So I kept on seeing everyone with Stanley cups, and I just thought it's about time. And my friend Zana posted it on her stories. I think she did an ad with them, and I was 100% influenced. Went straight on the website and ordered it because I just thought it was about time. I ordered one recently, a new water bottle, and I shared it with you. And I lost it. I left it at my friend's wedding venue when we were setting up. And afterwards, she checked to see if she could find it anywhere, and it was nowhere to be found. So I think it's just long gone. Probably just got, maybe got thrown away. Who knows with these sorts of things. But this is so exciting. This is so exciting. And I got this colour because I have had pink water bottles in the past. They had a pink option, but it always ends up scratching because it's pale. I do love the pink, but yeah, I just thought I'd go for something a bit different. I think it holds hot and cold, which is fantastic because you could take this as a flask. I mean, it's a very clever idea, isn't it? And then this fits in the cup holder in your car. That is now going to be permanently on my arm. Next is a PR package for a future brand deal. So I'll share more about this in another video, but ASUS sent me their Zen book and I'm going to be testing it out. And I am so excited because we're in need of a new laptop, a work laptop, because we've been looking to get one for a while because it's got lots of very, very cool things about it, basically. It's called the ZenBook Environment, so you can see why they wanted to send it over. Oh my god, this is very pleasing. This is very pleasing. How nice is this? We need a new laptop for work, basically, as we expand our team, and there's just lots of different things going on with work. This felt like the perfect fit. It's got an OLED screen, so the blue light ratio I think is lower, so you can adjust the blue light. It's got a high contrast ratio. I think basically this is designed to look beautiful, so it's great for me for editing photographs, videos, etc. And look how small it is. That is adorable. I'm very, very excited. Also, I think it's like one of the fastest laptops, which is wild. So I will be giving that a good old try and then sharing my review with you. This bad boy, this is very, very exciting because it is for the garden. We have a Weber barbecue already, but it's the mini one that is portable that you can take to the beach. Alex bought it last year, I think, because I was feeling a bit down about the patio, the fact we couldn't have a barbecue and all that kind of stuff, so he got the mini one that we took to the beach with us. Really incredible. If you don't have like a big outdoor space, highly recommend that. But obviously we want one that we can cook for our family, because I'm pretty sure the little one you'd be able to cook for maybe 2 of you at home, and maybe if you're going, you know, to the beach, you could probably push it and cook for 4 of you by alternating. But if you need a proper barbecue, it needs to be full-sized. So B&Q had a 10% off sale, so I got a barbecue and a fire pit. This was 167, I think, and I think some places online I was looking at this particular barbecue, it's their original one. It was like 200 and something, like 250. So I think there's lots of different versions. This is just the original one, and it also had really high reviews. Everywhere I looked, everyone recommended Weber as a barbecue. I mean, the dream would be to have the big green egg, but It's just a bit beyond the budget currently, seeing as we just spent a fortune on that patio, and then we're going to be spending another fortune on this hallway. But look, this is so much bigger. It's like triple the size. And I just thought it looked really cool. So we'll set that up actually. I'm probably not going to undo all this here. What I'll do is I'll do it outside so I can set it up. I think that this is okay to keep outside all year round, but I will probably order a cover just to keep it nice. I'm going to fill my Stanley Cup up and become like every other influencer. I was influenced. As an influencer, I often get very influenced, and I think this is a common thread that as influencers, because we are influencers, we also are influenced, because I started this job by being influenced by other people online and by seeing other people online and loving their videos. So I definitely buy stuff when people, even friends like Zana, literally sharing this. I was like, I trust you, I'm gonna get one. So let's fill it up. I definitely need to wash it first. While that's filling up, I didn't even tell you, last night at midnight our internet went, which was really scary for me, because when I'm filming this, Alex isn't here. He'll be back soon. So by the time you watch this, I'm not alone anymore. I always like to say that on the internet in case there's any weirdos out there. Oh no, it's still sudsy. Shit. For the average person who lives somewhere not so rural, wouldn't be a problem, but where we live, I have no mobile phone signal. So the landline, the broadband, all went out, and I'm alone. But that's kind of scary. If you're alone, you have no mobile phone signal, no internet signal, and no landline. It means you can't get hold of anybody if you need anyone, and they can't get hold of you if they need you, which is like one of my weird fears that I have. I can get signal if I walk up the road, but obviously that's not very convenient. So last night I had a bit of a spook because I came home from watching Barbie, which was incredible, by the way. Such a great film. If you haven't seen it, which I'm sure most of you have, go and watch it. It was absolutely hilarious. I could not stop laughing out loud, and I really want to see it again, like straight away. Yeah, I came home quite late from Barbie, was having a little scroll on my phone, which I don't actually ever usually do, so it's quite funny because usually before bed I leave my phone downstairs and I go straight to bed, but because we'd been out and because Alex isn't here, I was on my phone and then the internet went, and I was like, that's weird, which was almost a message from the universe, because if I hadn't had my phone with me I wouldn't have even known that the internet had gone. I'd just be asleep. But it went out and I woke up this morning and it was still gone, so I contacted BT and they said it will be fixed hopefully today. First of all, they said it won't be fixed for 5 days, but I think they've given an update that it should be fixed in a few hours, so fingers crossed, because I kind of need that for work because I'm supposed to be posting a video at 5 and there's not much I can do. I went to my sister's and I went to Charlie and Tom's house this morning just to get some work done, and then I thought I'd come home and film and garden because that is also work and I don't need internet. Maybe it's a nice little opportunity for me to really switch off, and I'm gonna nip up the road at any time I need to like message anybody. So yeah, let's enjoy my Stanley Cup now. It's all full. Look at that. Beautiful. Here is the loot. A whole boot of hydrangeas, blue ones, white ones, dahlias, and then I got a pink one and I got some bigger box plants. So let's get them out. This girl here, she is the love of my life. You are, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I swear she's ready to fall over, but you are ridiculous. You are ridiculous. You are ridiculous. This is the most pleasing sight. All I want to do with hydrangeas, anyone else, just go. You love them? Do you love them? I've got obviously a taste. So here is what we're working with. We have our beautiful wisteria, and then we've got nothing, nothing, nothing. Our newly installed lights and a beautiful rose. We moved a lot of the roses down here. Let me just give you a bit of a look and show how messy and unkempt our garden is. So we moved them down here. You can see this one that's going over the arch. That's like a red colour. There's another one there that's also like pinky red. This one's pink. This one's the lovely peachy pink, and then there is one down here that's yellow, and then there's another pink one there, so there's like quite a lot. In all honesty, I don't love the trellis. It's fallen down. I don't like how it makes the garden feel half as big, because you look out the window and lots of people have actually said to us when they visited, is that your garden too? Because it feels like it's fenced off and it's somebody else's garden. And my future plan, how I envisage, I think when you live somewhere you start to sort of, it's the same as like renovating inside, you start to understand a place and then you change your mind on what you want and then you figure it out. And having lived in this garden, down the bottom, the veg beds being down there, it's a really long way away, and also down there doesn't get a lot of sun sometimes. So what I would quite like to do is to put the greenhouse here, and then have a shed and then veg beds, and just do away with this whole division, so that when you're in the house you look straight down onto the apple trees and there's not this kind of dividing situation. I think I will happily have division in the form of like flower beds, meadows, you know, grass that kind of is like wildflower, but I don't see the point in having a separation of a trellis. That's my thought anyway. Might change, you never know. I just think it would be nice to be able to look straight at those gorgeous apple trees, and then we've got this little let me show you, Roxy, off. We've got this off, come on, off. Look at all my onions. Roxy, no, 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 off. What do you think you're doing? Look, did you see what she just did? I weeded this bed because it had all gone overgrown, but we have loads of onions. I won't show you the rest of our vegetable garden because, in all honesty, I am embarrassed. We have had a lot of success. There's lots of potatoes, there's cabbages, Brussels sprouts. We had loads of lettuce, which we used loads of until it all kind of bolted. Loads of potatoes, did I say potatoes? Kale. Yeah, it's all been really good. But in all honesty, because I've been feeling a bit down recently, and there was like work happening at the house, I just stopped looking after my vegetable garden, and then it got overwhelming, and then I was like, I can't go down there. So just a little bit of reality for you, that sometimes happens in life and it's okay. We do have this little Wendy house down here that is currently working as a shed whilst we don't have a shed, because our shed we demolished ready for a new one, but we haven't got a new one yet because we've been trying to make plans. So this looks a mess, but I'd love to paint it. I think I'd love to paint it white, or like an off-white, or like a really pale green, so it looks really bright and beautiful. And I just think it would just be so pretty to look down from the house straight at these, and also when you looked back you wouldn't have this blocking the view. There's this oak tree here. This is our hot tub that I want to move actually back up there. Yeah, we've got this beautiful oak tree also that well, I could actually do with trimming that. Yeah, like that's also being hindered by the trellis. Like I would like to be able to see that because it's so beautiful. This I think it's a not a jasmine, honeysuckle. I would try and save basically anything that's growing on the trellis, but that's basically the only thing that's growing on here. So I was thinking that we would cut it back and then move that up here, because also honeysuckle smells amazing. And is this honeysuckle or is it a clematis? I think it's a honeysuckle. But imagine if we moved that over here to like, so you'd smell it, or somewhere, at the top. Not entirely sure where, but yeah, there's just more opportunity, I think. I don't know. We would figure it out, but those are just some thoughts. I just think I don't love also the way, because the sleepers have kind of overtaken this area. They look really harsh right now, and obviously that's not the long-term plan. That is temporary. It's not going to look like that. I would love to have a greenhouse here so that you don't see that. So the greenhouse, just go with me here. So the greenhouse would come out like this, so you wouldn't see that wall. Although the issue with that is it might block some light. Maybe it would have to, okay, no, second plan. The greenhouse would come here, and then we would put like a shed or something here, or, you know, greenhousey things, flower beds, that kind of thing. So this all becomes very soft. And yeah, then you can also see that from the house too. Anyway, enough chitter chatter. Time to get sorting out these beds, though. I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, gosh, that's a lot of digging. I've got to be very careful because of the cables, but got to start somewhere. So we decided the first job to do, my dad's here helping with his Land Rover, is to sort out behind here. This is all the stuff that we would usually put in a shed, but also it's become a dumping ground, so time to sort it out. As you can see, modelled by Roxy, our new fire pit has arrived. It looks so good. If I can find it, I'll link it below. It's from B&Q. I really wanted a copper one, and it's the perfect size. It's not like too in your way, and it's not really like we need a coffee table because there's like so much space on here to like put your drink and stuff or whatever. So that's the first thing we did today. Second thing is my dad mowed the lawn, which was long overdue. It was almost embarrassing how long it'd been, but we don't have a petrol lawnmower and we've only got an electric one. It just always ran out before we got anywhere. But I'm gonna go round it and maybe do a bit of strimming. I found our pizza oven, so I'm going to do a bit of moving things around. I'm going to move this inside because it's a portable barbecue. I thought this could go underneath here, and then I need to make the new barbecue up. I'll put that here. But the most exciting thing that's made the biggest difference is my dad got rid of all the pallets. Well, not all of them, as you can see, but he got rid of some of them. This one is rubbish that's too heavy to move, so the builders are going to come on Monday hopefully and they'll get rid of that. That one over there has the leftover limestone, and we're going to use that to make some kind of like pathway. We just need to sort of design how the garden will be, but it's just a huge expanse of lawn that we don't need. So I'd love to make either just like a straight pathway or like a meandering one, and use those paving stones to create that effect. But the biggest change, like I said, was round, well, that, but also around here. I'm going to move this to the front in a second so that we can get that composted. We found this little box that I need to wipe actually, that we can use. I think Alex must have bought this a while ago and forgotten, but this has now got our garden tools, just for now until we get a shed, but very useful. Like, to be there, might move it around the corner eventually, but for now that's perfect. But yeah, round here is cleared. So around here we've just got this ladder, which probably can live here, it's fine. And then we have got our gardening tools, which will go in the shed when we get one. And then we condensed all of the extra things that we will put in the shed in these boxes, and this is all clear, which is such a huge change. Next job is to trim all of this base of the tree, because it's just like new growth at the bottom of the tree that it doesn't need, and then we can come back here and it's not going to be so overgrown. But yeah, just so pleased with that. All of these Roxy! All of these bottles were found at some point when we were doing the building work, so I'm going to bring them inside to clean them up, and I can distribute them amongst my family and people, and use some of them for like vases and stuff, which will be cute. Roxy, I'm around here! Come here! Roxy! I'm here! Where are you? How did you get behind me? You're so funny. I'm just feeling very motivated about doing more in the garden, because I come back here and I'm like, the amount that we have done in the past like couple of days is insane. The fact that I've like planted all these, cleared this space, which is so nice because in winter when the trees aren't full of leaves, you can see the field, which will be so nice to be able to see it because it's not full of brambles and Cornish lily and ivy. And when those hydrangeas grow really big, it will be so pretty. The fact that we've done that, the back, these planting, I've done these, I've cleared out the patio, I've done the lawn, just shows me how much you can do if you just set aside the time. So I'm really motivated because there's so much to do out here, and it kind of is like a product of being a bit stressed and a bit overwhelmed, a bit sad that certain things in your life end up getting left behind, whether that's the garden, whether that's your house, your work, whatever. Sometimes it happens to all of us, so it's a really nice feeling to get it done. And actually one thing I'm going to do next week is I'm going to call someone to come in the autumn and book them in straight away to trim all of our trees and bushes, because they're all so severely overgrown to the point that they are actually harming each other because they're growing over each other. So the laurel really needs to be trimmed, all the trees need to be trimmed, all the bushes need to be trimmed. It's just out of control. So that'll be such a huge difference, and I really want that to be booked in because I know people get booked up. So that will be the mission next week. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to end it here. Maybe next time there'll be more updates. I probably will carry on tomorrow, and maybe I'll get a few clips for the next video. But maybe this is like I think this will be the first episode of just like a series of us transforming this garden, and it'll be really lovely to look back and see how far we come. And when the patio is fully done, which it kind of is now, but when we've done a bit more planting and the sofa's eventually done, I can do a full video. But yeah, I just can't wait until this is not just lawn and there's lots of like soft flower beds to soften this area, and greenhouse, and you know, various things that make it not look like a big slab of wood, because I don't love that. That's not the end result, people. That is not how it will look. That's just temporary. Just trust the vision. But yeah, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.